Hello and good morning to you. I'm so happy that you're joining me here today. Karen Brook here with you for a great session this morning that is really going to help you revamp your money mindset and also how to make $1 million a year look small, or in fact, any financial goal that you have set for yourself. So we'll just let everyone get in the room and get set for the day. Get set for the morning. You will need a notebook or somewhere to write. A couple of bits of A4 sheet of paper will be fine. You'll also need a calculator or access to one, so on your phone. You are going to have your mind stretched this morning, and I'm going to put you to work thinking about this. So we're going to have a great time together. You can ask me questions as we go. You will see that there is a chat box there where you can chat with each other as well. So let me know, let's get started today, where you are tuning in from, and also so that I can see who that is here. So write me hello in the chat and also let me know where you are tuning in from to get started today. Everyone find the chat? Great. Awesome. Good morning, Deb. Great to have you on. Good morning, Gay. We've got Justine, Dean, lovely. Alison, great to see you. Claire, nice to have you on as well this morning. Rose, Alina, keep it coming. Say hi. We've got Roz in as well. Fantastic. All right, keep it coming there this morning. So really great to have you all on. As I said, this is going to be a great session this morning around revamping and giving you some things to think about in terms of your money mindset. Excellent. Good morning, Tracy and Sharon. Fantastic. Keep it coming. I love to see who is joining us this morning. So if you just tuned in, you will need a notepad, you will need a pen, and you will need a calculator, or access to a calculator on your phone. So first of all, let me start again. So good morning and welcome. A huge welcome to you today. Thank you for joining me here. I'm Karen Brook, and I'm going to be taking you through the next 60 to 75 minutes, this topic around revamping your money mindset and how to make $1 million look small, or any financial goal that you have for yourself. So you are absolutely in the right place today. If that is something that you would like to explore for yourself, you are in the right place if you would like to make $1 million a year look small. Maybe that is a revenue target for you. Maybe it's a personal income out of your business, or a personal income that you would like. So however it sits for you, what I'm going to teach you today, you'll be able to apply towards that. You're in the right place if you want to improve how you feel about the earning and receiving of more money. As I'm going to show you and teach you today, this is a really important part of allowing yourself to receive more money, is improving how you feel about the idea of it. And you are definitely in the right place if you would like it to feel easy to achieve your financial goals. So I'm going to teach you how to make it feel really easy and enjoyable to achieve the financial goals that you have set for yourself. So the first activity that I want you to do is to get out your notepad and pens, and I want you to write down the most that you have ever earned in a year before. Now, I'm going to leave it up to you whether you want this to be maybe the most you have ever generated in terms of revenue in a year, or you could choose the amount that you have earned as a salary. So I want you to write that figure down, maybe at the top of the page, at a fresh page, top of the page. What is the most that you have ever earned in a year before, either as a revenue or as a personal salary? And write that figure down, bring it right into the top of your mind. So whilst we don't have enough time today to go into this, but that figure represents part of a mental program that conditions you to earn money. And like I say, we don't have the time today to go into detail on how that programming got there and what you need to do to change it. But let that figure represent kind of like a glass ceiling, but we can break it. and we can change it and we can build something even more magnificent for you. So, for the sake of the exercises and the activities I want to take you through today, what I would like you to do now as step 2 of this little activity is I would now like you to make that figure your new monthly figure. So whatever you had identified as the most you've ever earned in a year, I now want you to start to think about earning that in 1 month. And I want you to get out your calculators, and I now want you to take that figure and multiply it by 12. And you will have a new yearly financial figure for you. And I want you to write that new yearly figure down. So whatever your best previous yearly figure was as a revenue or a salary, your choice, that is now what you are earning by every month. And I want you to take out your calculator and multiply it by 12 to give you a new yearly financial goal. How's everyone going? Are you following with this? I want you to write me in the chat. How does it feel? Well, actually, let's play a game here because this is fun, because this is fantasy at the moment. Put your figure in the chat. What is your new yearly financial goal? Just write the number in the chat real quick so we can see where we're at. Amazing. So we've got 1 million, we've got a couple of millions. Amazing. I love this. Fantastic. And also write in the chat, how do you feel about this figure as your new yearly financial goal? I love it. If you are catching the recording on this, please make sure you do this activity as well. And maybe you want to make a post in the Facebook group about how this feels for you. So good. I love it. Excited, slight unbelief, disbelief. Excited, amazing. So good. Goosebumps, feels strange. All right, that is so good. So I'm going to get you to work with this figure for the rest of today's call. But if you stay to the end, I am going to send you a PDF where you can actually go through about 5 specific questions that I break down for you, where you can identify a really meaningful financial goal for yourself. So stick around until the end of today's webinar, and I will send you a PDF after today's webinar to really help you with this, to come up with a figure that really is really meaningful for you. But I just want you to put aside for the rest of today's call, the next 60 minutes or so, any other financial goals you had for yourself, any other ideas you had, and I just want you to work with this new yearly financial goal. Promise me that you will do that. Write me a yes if you will commit to the next 60 minutes of embracing the idea that it is possible for you to turn your previous best year into a monthly figure and 12 times your yearly revenue if you will commit to staying in the spirit of the activity that I'm doing with you today. Excellent. You might just surprise yourself and amaze yourself that you fall in love with this goal just in the next 60 minutes and you don't want to change it, and you actually see that maybe it is perfect for you and maybe that you can accomplish it effortlessly. So the next question that I have for you, and you can write down your answer to this just in your journal or on the notepad wherever you are working, is how do you feel, or what is the first thought, idea, or feeling that pops into your mind when you think about earning $1 million a year as a revenue, or for some of you, $1 million a year as your personal salary? Because it will be different, because I know that we have people tuning in today who have businesses and in completely different positions, and there's no right or wrong here, and you don't need to share this answer with me. This is just for you, because what we're looking to establish is where your positioning is in terms of self-image and identity. When you think about earning $1 million a year as a revenue or as a sales goal, for example, or for some of you $1 million a year as your personal net salary. What is the first idea, feeling, or thought that pops into your mind around that? And I just want you to write down what comes to you. Be really honest, because like I say, there's no right or wrong answer here. We're just looking for you to establish some positioning around the idea of $1 million a year for you. Write me done in the chat once you have completed that activity. You've got that down. Excellent. Fantastic. Just write me a done in the chat. Great. So there should be no judgment on yourself with this. This is merely a conscious awareness exercise. And what we have established is we've reflected some information from your subconscious mind around that money programming, around that mental programming that you can work with moving forward. So like I said at the beginning of the call, we don't have time today to go into all the detail around how this programming got there and what you need to do to change it. But awareness is the first step to allowing you to make some changes and allowing you to grow. So I want to take you through seven, I guess, ideas, just 7 ideas around money to help you revamp your money mindset now and help you get set for allowing yourself to receive more. Who here would love to receive more money? Maybe it's sales or more money in your new business. Perhaps it's a higher salary. Perhaps you're moving from paid employment into full-time business. And so you're now shifting from employee mindset to entrepreneur, business owner mindset. And that comes with a shift in identity and self-image that is required as well. But write me a hell yes in the chat if you would love to allow yourself to receive more money. And I'm going to teach you about 2 laws today on this call, the law of relativity and the law of compensation. And at the end of today's call, you will see that it is very normal and natural for you to be earning more. If you are growing and improving yourself, the whole of yourself, your whole being, and improving what you do, it is very normal and natural to receive greater compensation because of that, to receive more money. It is a natural cycle. But if you block that, then you shut off the flow of good that is coming to you. So again, the first step in this is recognizing and claiming that, hell yes, I would love to earn more money. Because if you aren't even comfortable with that, then there is going to be very difficult. It's like you got your foot on the accelerator, but you've got your foot on the brake at the same time. So we want to take the foot off the brake and let the money flow free and easy into your life, whatever amount of money you really want. So write me a hell yes. Excellent. So 7 ideas about money that I want you to start to think about and expand your mind. Number 1, money is energy. And that is it. Number 2, money is an idea. So we're going to work with those 2 together. Money is energy and money is an idea. That is all it is. The way you think about money, the way you feel about money is all in your own perception. Money is a vibration. When you think about a credit card, maybe you think about money, but it's not money, is it? It's a credit card. And that credit card represents access, or FPOS card or bank account represents access to an idea, to some paper notes or a transaction that you can make in exchange for goods or services. It is an exchange. Money is energy, and when you invest money, when you spend money, when you receive money, it is an exchange of energy. Part of this links into the law of compensation, but we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the call. So then money is an idea. Money is an idea of being able to do things and have things. And the only way you can do things and have things is to make an exchange. And money is the currency for most of us that we use to make those exchanges. So you can see very clearly now that money is energy. It is the transference of an idea or an exchange for a thing, and money is an idea. Now, the third thing that I want you to think about with respect to money is money is neither big or small. It is neither a little or a lot. And the important reason why you want to begin to think about it like this is because as your self-image and self-worth and the idea that your beliefs about yourself and what you do begin to change, so will the idea of whether something is a little or a lot. It is not definitive. And this is why the first two, money is energy and money is just an idea, is so important. That you don't get so hooked into it being a little or a lot. What is $1,000 for one person may have the same feelings of like $100 for another person. What is $10,000 for one person may seem like $1 million for another person. It's just energy, it's vibration. It's an idea, and it is neither a little or a lot. It just is a figure. It just is. So if you can begin to tell yourself that and build a belief around that this is neither a little or a lot, it is neither big nor small, it just is. It is just energy, it is just an idea. And you will begin to transform the whole way you think about money and the whole way you think about yourself in possession of it. The whole way you think about investing it, spending it, giving it away, when you begin to think of it as neither a little or a lot, neither big nor small. It just is. And as you begin to grow in your awareness, as you begin to grow in your identity, as you begin to grow and transform your self-image and expand, your ideas of money and the earning and receiving it and what is a little and what is a lot will also begin to change. Because for most of you, you have created a lot of your life earning a certain type of income. And so your whole perceptions of what is a little or a lot has always been relative to that amount of money, that level of sales or that amount of money. But we are throwing that out the window today and beginning to open your mind to new possibilities. Beginning as you committed to me, you made a commitment to me at the start of this call that you would embrace that new figure. So a lot of what you currently think of as a little or a lot or big or small has already begun to change. Would you agree? If you think about the usual dress that you would buy, or the suit, or the house that you live in, or the car that you drive, or how much that costs, if you were now earning 12 times as much, would you still think that that was a lot of money or a little bit of money? Your perception would begin to change. Your relationship with this idea of money would begin to change. Would you agree? Yes, you would. The fourth thing, number 4, that I want you to understand about money is that money is also neither good nor bad. Money simply is an amplifier. So money makes you more of what you already are. So if you're a despicable person, the more money you have will only amplify that. If you are a generous, loving, creative, supportive person, money will allow you to amplify that. And a really great lesson in money that one of my mentors Mr. Bob Proctor had taught me about money was money is really only good for two things. It's to keep you comfortable, allow you to live how you want to live. Now, how I want to live and how you want to live may be very different. So as long as we are earning more than enough money to afford us the lifestyles that we want, then that is what we want to do, because money is there to keep us comfortable. And then the second thing that money allows us to do is it to extend the good that we can do far beyond our own physical presence, because there's only so much good you can do as one person here. But with money, we can multiply, we can magnify, we can donate it, we can give it away, we can employ more people in our businesses, we can let the money flow through to lots of different people. There's so much we can do when we have more to give. So money is really good because money can keep us comfortable, and there's always a better way to live. And you should allow yourself to express whatever you want. There is nothing wrong with that. If you have created a belief that says there should be a limit and you should be happy and grateful, but you should never be satisfied. Because when you have a desire to experience more of life, that is the spiritual essence of who you are. That is your beingness wanting to express itself. And the only way spirit can express itself to and through you is through physical manifestations. So that's why you have the desire to create more, to achieve more, to buy a holiday home, to upgrade the car, to give the money away to charity. So you want to honor those things and allow yourself to express those and to create and attract more to you. So I want you to remember that, because some people have a belief, I'm not saying you do, but certainly cultural, that earning more money all of a sudden makes you a bad person. But it doesn't. Now, if you're already a very negative, bad person, then chances are, or a greedy person, the chances are that more money will just amplify those characteristics in your self-image. But if you have a new consciousness around money and you recognize that you're pretty switched on, you're generous, you're good at what you do, you love other people, and remember that love is your beingness, you are unconditional love, so you can never get it wrong and you are always going to expand that, then the physical idea of what money can buy you just amplifies that. You can do more with it. So step number 5, or point number 5 that I want you to think about with respect to money, is simply earning more money doesn't mean that you will have more. Now, this is really important because I have a lot of people come and do coaching with me and have done for a long time. And I've helped a lot of people completely transform and improve lots of different parts of their lives. And one thing that I want you to know, simply improving the amount of money you earn does not mean that you will have more money. I have worked with plenty of 6 and 7 figure income earners who have come to start coaching with me, who have set new money goals, thinking that that would solve some of their problems or challenges. But simply earning more money doesn't mean that the money problems or the money troubles will go away, or that you will have more money to enjoy. Because if part of your mental programming is that I never have enough money, that I feel guilty or frustrated, or I feel guilty spending the money on myself, that it'll be easier and better when I have more money, I'll feel more free to do nice things for myself or give it away, that will just all improve once I'm earning more money. I'm telling you right now, it absolutely won't, because those are part of your belief systems. Those are part of your self-image. You are programmed to never quite have enough, that it comes in and it goes quite quickly, whether you're earning $100,000 a year or $1 million a year or $10 million a year, that will still be the fact, because a part of your mind, your cybernetic mechanism, is programmed to keep you where your mind is set, where your self-image is set. So if part of your self-image, if part of your identity is that you never have enough, or as soon as it comes in, it goes, or you're always just quite don't have enough to do the things that you want, when you all of a sudden are earning $150,000 more a year or $1 million more a year, those beliefs are still going to play out. So your cybernetic mechanism will course correct you to make sure that no matter what, you'll never have enough. You just won't quite be able to buy those things that you want. And that leaves a person quite frustrated and perplexed, because you thought that just doubling or tripling your income would solve it all, that you could just save for a rainy day to get out of this. But wherever the cybernetic mechanism is set in your mind with respect to this element of your life around money and money mindset and how you feel about it and how you spend it and how you receive it and how you get it, that will still play and ring true for you no matter what. So it's important when I coach clients through this and when we work on this as part of overall self-image transformation, we also identify how you want to feel about it and what sort of relationship that you want to have with it. And we build, and I teach you how to build that new mental programming that allows you to not only multiply what you're earning, but also change your relationship with it at the same time. That's really important. Number 6, money will go where it's wanted and stay where it's welcome. Really important. I want you to begin to think about your relationship with money in your life as though it was a friend, as though it was an actual person. And if you think about if you have a really great relationship with money and you love spending time with it and you love doing nice things with it and you feel good about spending it and receiving it, then money's going to want to bring more of her friends to hang out with you because you're a really cool person. It feels really good to hang out with you. You know, there's no guilt or like, oh, you shouldn't be here, or oh, I don't know what to do with you, or oh, like, you know, like get out of my apartment, I can't handle you, don't more of you come. Then money's not going to bring more of her friends over. Just not going to happen. So money comes where it's welcome, where it's wanted, and it stays where it feels loved and appreciated, and where great joy comes from the spending and giving away of it, where you can do nice things together for yourself. You can buy the dress, buy the suit, take the holiday, buy the program. And when you feel good about that, money all of a sudden goes, oh, hell yes, I want to come and spend more time with that person. So guess what? The sales come in. More money shows up in your bank account. Someone gives you some money. You get the promotion, you get the pay rise. This works like night and day when you get your head around changing your relationship with money. And number 7 is a bit broad, but I'm going to leave it as number 7 because it's really important. When you change how you feel about the idea of money in your life, the money in your life will change. When you change how you feel about the idea of money, and when you really change it at like your core, the money in your life will begin to change. And what I'm really getting at here is if we feel inherently that money has felt difficult, or you have some guilt around it, or perhaps some personal frustrations that you're not further along or in the financial position that you want to be in, or you feel guilty about the idea of 12 times in your income, or you feel maybe that, oh no, that's too, I can't ask for that much. And so there's a little bit of resistance or reaction to it. It's going to show up it's going to be more difficult. It's going to always feel more difficult to achieve the financial goals that you've set for yourself. But if I can teach you over a period of time to really improve how you feel about it and love it and look forward to it, and most importantly, feel really worthy of the receiving of it and the investing of it in yourself and on the things that you want, and really soothing over all of that and changing how you feel about the idea of money and what it represents in your life, and transforming the stories and the habits and all of it that goes with that, the money in your life will begin to change. And what does that look like? It looks like, and this is also very important with sales, with selling. You've got to change how you feel about the idea of someone paying you for something. And that also comes back to self-worth, self-image, and the law of compensation, which we'll talk about at the end of the call today. So there you go. There are seven ideas about money that you can meditate on, that you can journal on, that you can think about. So let's just recap what they were. Number one, money is energy. Number two, money is simply an idea. It is perception. Number three, money is neither big or small. It is neither a little or a lot. It just is. And when you start to think about it like that, there is less resistance. It's just easier. You can make decisions, you can buy things, you can have things, you can make investments, and you lighten up about it all. Guess what? I promise you more of it will flow to you, because this is how it works. Money simply makes you more of who you already are. So if you are a generous, kind, loving, supportive, happy person, then money makes you more of it. And it doesn't take any more energy. You don't have to work harder to earn more money. I didn't put that in there as a thing, but really it's coming to me now, and it's important to tell you that, because sometimes part of the reason why you shut yourself down and self-sabotage is because there is an underlying belief that says I'm going to need to work a lot harder to earn this much more money, or it's going to cost me time with my family, or it's going to cost me a life, or it's going to be difficult. And I don't want difficult and I don't want hard, so I'm just going to settle and satisfy with where I'm at. But I promise you that you don't have to work harder. It doesn't need to feel more difficult to earn more money, because money is energy. Money is an idea. And when you transform the way you feel and the way you think and the vibration that you're in and all of the invisible side of money begins to flow at a higher rate, in a higher way into your life. Trust me, I've tested this lots of times over. Number 5 was simply earning more money doesn't mean that you're just going to have more money unless you change the paradigm underlying, unless you begin to shift that mental programming behind it. Number 6, money will go where it's wanted. So when we welcome it in and when we love it, when we allow it to stay in our life. And then number 7, that when you change how you feel about the idea of money, which very much links with point number 6, the role and money will change in your life. You will experience a shift in relationship and a shift in the use of it and the enjoyment of it and the receiving of it. That will all begin to transform as well. All right, so let's talk about, let's do a quick check-in. Which one of those ideas out of the 7 that I shared with you, or maybe let's do the number 8, which was, it takes no more effort to earn more. It's not going to be harder for you to earn more money. Let's put that as like the bonus number 8 on those points. Which one really resonated with you? So as I was going through them, which one really spoke to you as like a light bulb moment or an aha moment or a whoa? Just let me know. You can either write the number if you remember what the number was, or just like the word that describes it, because I'd put it in the chat. Write it in the chat so I can see. Number 8, number 7, mind blowing. Number 7. Yep, awesome. Jamie, great. Number 6, energy. Number 8, I love it. Money is energy. Yep. 5 and 7, number 7. I love that. That's so good. Number 6. Fantastic. So that can also give you an indication, because intuition is always perfect, right? So where you felt drawn to, there's something there for you. Your inner being knows where the work is. It knows the next step for you. It knows what you need to do. So where we feel drawn to something, we know that there is truth there for us. And you can journal on that and you can explore that for yourself after today's call. So let's move on now to the law of relativity. The law of relativity decrees that nothing is big nor small until we compare it to something else. So the first house, one of the first, I've had multiple properties, but to give you an example of this, the first house I ever bought was $220,000. The second house that I bought was just under $500,000. And the third house that I bought, the deposit for the house was the equivalent to what I paid for the second house that I owned. So it's a great example of the law of relativity. In the beginning, the first house at 220,000 seemed like, kind of a lot. And it certainly was for where I was buying it. It was one of the more expensive houses. And so that compared to, a $2 million house is like, whoa, that's a lot. Oh my God, the deposit, whoa. And so it seems like now, well, that's a little, like that's not even a deposit. That's like a quarter of a deposit. So, the law of relativity, nothing is big nor small until you compare it to something else. So if you were thinking about wanting to make a $2 million house look small or look easy and achievable, you might think about, well, how do I buy a $10 million house? Or how do I buy a $20 million house? And you start to play games with your mind. So we're going to do that today. We're going to use the law of relativity and use it around your financial goals, your money goals, because it's really powerful. When I wanted to get comfortable with owning a $2 or $3 million house, I would go and look at $5 and $6 and $10 million houses. And I would start to think about that. And I would start to think about self-image. And I would start to think about all the mindset shifts that go with that I teach, that I use in my own life, so that buying a $2 or $3 million house actually feels really easy and that I'm able to do that. So I'm going to teach you just a little bit of the exercise that you can do to really help you feel different about your financial goals, your money goals. And for the sake of the exercise, we're going to do it two ways. We're going to do it with $1 million a year, so I can teach you how to do it. And then you can do it around the 12 times financial goal that you set for yourself. And I'll show you just how easy it can be for you to earn $1 million a year, either as a business revenue or as a personal net salary. So if we were going to think about earning $1 million a year, and you've all thought about it at the start of today's call, like where is your positioning on that? And so you have a reference point. Would you say that earning $200,000 a year feels easier than earning $1 million a year? The answer is probably yes. Yes, it feels easier to earn $200,000 a year as a salary, as a business revenue, than earning $1 million a year. Would you say that earning $50 million a year as a business revenue or as a personal net salary seems like a lot more or like harder than earning $1 million a year? Like when you start to think in terms of 50 million, remembering that money is energy, money is just an idea, that's a pretty big idea. But the more you study this, the more you get into this with me, the more you will see that 50 million is also just a vibration. It's an energy, it's a frequency. And earning $50 million a year as a revenue or a personal net salary is also just a frequency that you can attach to. And you can start to create it that. There's no such thing as time and space, so it's not linear. It's not going to take you forever, but it is going to require you to begin to create in a new vibration with new thoughts, with new feelings, with new habits. And then you can receive the result of $50 million a year. Very, very easy once you know how. So for the sake of the exercise, we have $1 million a year in the middle. $200,000 a year seems pretty easy in comparison. $50,000 a year, oh, that's like easy as. 50 million, okay, that's 50 times. Okay, that seems a little bigger, a little more difficult. But what if it didn't? So get out your calculators now, get out your calculators again. And what I want you to do is I want you to put 50 million into your calculator. For some of you, it might be the first time you've ever put 50 million into your calculator. Not for all of you though. Got 50 million there. How many zeros is that? 7 zeros. I always say it's very easy going from 100,000 to 1 million to 10 million because it's just another zero. That's how I think about it. I don't think it's difficult at all. It's just another zero. So 50 million, like it's just another zero on 5 million. It's just another zero on 500,000. It's just another zero on 50,000. See what I mean? We just make it easy. Now I want you to divide 50 million by 12. I want you to divide 50 million by 12. On your calculator, follow along with me, do this activity. It's experiential. I want you to do it. Now, that's the monthly revenue or salary of a person doing $50 million a year. $4,166,667 a month. Does that now start to feel easier? Write me a yes. Does earning $4 million a month start to feel easier than the idea of 50 million a year? Pretty powerful, this stuff. Hey, imagine what you could do with $4 million a month. There's an idea attached to that, isn't there? There's some images, there's some energy, there's some new energy. You're starting to tune into a new reality, just like 5 minutes here on the call with me. Imagine that. Now divide this figure by 4.2. Divide this figure by 4.2. And you're going to come to $992,000 a week. Would you say now that the idea of that as a personal net salary or perhaps as a business revenue, it's not even $1 million a week anymore. It's just $992,064 a week. Does that feel easier than $4 million a month? Does that feel easier than earning $50 million a year? See where I'm getting at here? Now I want you to take this figure and I want you to divide it by 7. Divide it by 7. Now, oh my God, this is so easy. Now it's just $141,723 a day. I bet many of you have businesses, have ideas, have gifts and talents that you could share with the world that could earn you $141,723 a day. Maybe it's multiple sources of income. You would have books, you would have programs, you would have speaking, you would have companies. You just do. And if you don't believe that, then believe what I'm telling me, you just do. Now, I'm not saying you want this as your goal, but I'm showing you what is possible when you begin to change your mindset, when you begin to change how you see you. And the only way you can change how you see you is when somebody else starts to see you differently, to expose your mind to these ideas, these new possibilities for yourself. So would you say now, would you agree with me that earning $141,723 a day feels easier than earning $50 million a year? Now write that figure down. Hope I should have been getting you to write these figures down as we go, but I just want you to write that down. $141,723 a day. Write that down. Now I just want you to take a minute and think of any ideas that you have that you could earn $141,723 a day. Just write down the ideas. If you have a program, divide the cost of the program by that and see how many programs you need to sell. If you have books, if you have cattle, if you have whatever it is, just write down for 1 minute, brainstorm as many ideas as you can as to how you could earn that in a day. Like for me, that's 5 inner circle clients in one day. Do that every day and I earn $50 million a year. Pretty easy, really. In fact, I'll just do that because just for an example. Or if I do, so inner circle is 27,500. 5, how many days in a year? 365. So for me to earn $50 million just with one program, so my inner circle of excellence program, which is 27,500, 5 a day, 365 days a year, is 1,825 people. Do you think that there would be 1,825 people somewhere in the world out of the 7 billion people that I could attract in a year that would join my inner circle of excellence program? Yes or no? Do you think out of 7 billion people that there would be 1,825? Absolutely. Of course. No question about it. So the only thing that is holding me apart from that at the moment is the decision. Because it's there, the possibility is there, the vibration is there, the energy is there. It can be so easy, but you got to make the decision that that's what you want to earn $50 million a year. Let me do this as another example just to show you how this could work. So 141,723. Now my new thinking into results coaching program is 10,800. So let's divide 10,800. So that's 13 people a day. Oh my God, just 13 people a day. Times it by 365 is 4,745 people. Do you think that in a world that has 7 billion people, there would be 4,745 people who I could help, who would benefit, their whole life would change and improve if they did the thinking into results with me? Just 4,700, and there's 50 million a year. So again, the possibility is there. They're on the Gold Coast. I don't even need to leave my own suburb and they're there. So what stops me? Well, nothing. If I made the decision that that's what I wanted to do, have 4,745 people in thinking into results this year, make the decision and it's done. It's just an idea. Money is energy. Money is an idea. Money is neither big nor small, a little or a lot. It just is. So that's how easy it can be, right, to earn $50 million a year. But now we want to use the law of relativity to come back to $1 million. So I want you to get out your calculators, clear it all up, maybe take a new page in your journal. Take a new page in your journal and put in $1 million. This is just a 1 and 7 zeros. It's not even 5 anymore. It's just a 1, and 6 zeros. It's not even 7 zeros. It's just 6 zeros. I love this so much. I love teaching you guys this. I love this. I love seeing people earn $1 million a year. $1 million is a salary. Anyway, now divide this by 12. Oh my God, this is so easy. Divide this by 12. Look at that. The number's so much smaller. But now it's neither big nor small. It's just an idea. It's just we attach these ideas to it. So $83,333. Write that figure down. So if you wanted to do $1 million a year in your business as a revenue, or $1 million a year as a net salary, this would be what's coming in every month. 83,333. Now, would you agree with me that this feels a lot easier than the $4 million a month that we were just working with? Because 50 million a year was just over $4 million a month. And we went there and we made that feel easy. So now we're looking at $1 million, which is 83,333. Would you agree with me that this figure feels a lot easier than $4 million a month vibrationally? Just lower energy, different energy. It's just lower energy. It's just different energy. So now I want you to take this 83,333 and divide it by 4.2. That's just $19,841 a week. Now this, would you agree with me that $19,840 a week feels a lot easier, smaller, perhaps more achievable than $992,000 a week that we just worked with, that you got comfortable with, for $50 million a year. And now we're just talking about $19,841 a week. Equivalent. Got it? Now take this figure and divide it by 7. $2,834 a day. And previously, the 50 million one was about 141,000. I don't even have a, we'll talk about it in a moment. So this is to earn $1 million a year. The energy is simply $2,834 a day. So now I want you to work with this figure just for another minute and play around with it. What could you sell? What could you do? What quantities would it be where you could find yourself earning $2,834 a day? And just write down any ideas that come to your mind. Play around with this energy for a minute. In fact, let me make it even easier for you. Divide 2,834 by 2, which gives you 1,470. So all you really need to be thinking about is how do you earn $1,417 before lunch? And how do you earn another $1,417 after lunch? And you tune your mindset to that. And now you're in the energy of $1 million a year. It's the same energy, it's just how we're looking at it. Your perception of it, your perception of yourself in earning it, in receiving it. We could play around with this even more. Take 2,834 times it by 3, gives you 8,502. So between Monday and Wednesday, you start to think, how do I earn $8,502 between Monday and Wednesday? And how do I earn, or what could I do? Or how can I allow myself to receive is very important as well, because we have to allow it. Can I feel comfortable with the idea of receiving? $11,336 between Thursday and Sunday. Can I allow myself, can you feel comfortable allowing yourself to receive $8,502 between Monday and Wednesday and $11,336 between Thursday and Sunday? Do you give yourself permission? Do you give yourself permission to earn $19,841 a week? Do you give yourself permission to earn $2,834 a day? Do you give yourself permission to earn $141,000 a day? So this, when we start getting into that, it's a conversation on self-image and self-worth, and that is not what today's call is about. But that's where we would go next with that. If you're in coaching with me, that's where we would go next. What is the self-image and where does the self-worth need to be to receive, to allow yourself to receive the money, which is energy at a higher vibration so that it can flow to you. So there's a permission piece here as well. Do you give yourself permission? But today's webinar is about how to make $1 million look small. Did I or did I not just help you make $1 million look small? Write me a hell yes in the chat if you feel like I just helped you make $1 million look really small and really achievable. So now, this is really great. I love this. So now you think about, we're going to do the exercise for the times 12 activity. So at the start of this call, I asked you to take the best income you have ever had, either as a revenue or personal salary, your choice, and make that your new monthly figure. And then we times it by 12. So you have a figure now of a new financial goal. And you gave me your commitment that you would allow yourself to work with this figure for the totality of today's call. Agreed? So now I want you to put that figure in the calculator. Whatever you wrote as your new 12 times figure, your Quantum Leap financial goal figure, 12 times, I want you to put that in your calculator. And you want to write down and pen these numbers as we go here. So you have a new financial goal, a yearly figure, revenue or personal salary, income, up to you. Doesn't really matter, whichever way you want to think about it. Now, I want you to take this figure and divide it by 12. We kind of already know that number, but do the exercise again anyway, because it's you putting it in the calculator. It's you thinking about you. All of this is getting you comfortable with this energy, because money is energy. Money is just an idea. Money is neither big nor small until we compare it to something else. That is the law of relativity. Now I want you to divide the monthly figure by 4.2, which is the approximate number of weeks in a month. And I want you to write down what that figure is. Divide it by 4.2. Everyone got that? Now I want you to take this figure, this weekly figure, and I want you to divide it by 7. So this is week to week what you're earning. And it's energy. In the beginning, it's energy, because the physical side of your life is a manifestation of the non-physical side. So we first have to claim it in energy, in intellect, in emotion, that we feel good about it, before it can manifest physically, before we can receive it on the physical plane. I'm going to teach more on that next week in the Invisible Side of Success Masterclass. So if you're not registered for that, make sure you register for it. Now I want you to divide. So we did it by 7. Did we do it by 7? So now you should have your weekly and divide it by 7, which gives you a daily figure as energy. How you can think on a day-to-day basis. You can lock in to that figure. And why this is really powerful is when you think about decisions, like when you make decisions and you go to take action, you do things, you're doing it from the current reality of money in your life. Whereas if this is what you want and this is where you want to go, then you've got to start to think, if I was already earning $2,834 a day, what would my decision be? What action would I take? How would I feel about this? How would my response be to this? And that gets you moving forward. You're now creating a new energy. You're now creating a $1 million a year vibration. You're no longer creating in current reality vibration. And we must go there in the invisible side, in the non-physical, if we want to create it physically. So you have to do this. So now you have a daily figure. How does that feel for you? This is for you now. This is not just a number that I've picked out for you. This could be, if you made a decision that you want this, I'm going to give you a PDF after today's webinar that you can work through around your money goals. But this is meaningful. This is the best that you have ever done before, multiplied it by 12, taking something that you used to earn in a year and thinking about earning it in a month, and the weekly equivalent and the daily equivalent. And you can play around with that again between Monday and Wednesday, times that daily figure by 3, and that'll give you a figure for what would it be like to earn that in 3 days, and what would it be like to earn between Thursday and Sunday. And now what was a 12 times beyond anything you have ever earned before actually feels very achievable, doesn't it? Because of the energy. We really worked with the energy from a different point of view, from a different perspective. And I showed you that when you change the way you feel about something, everything begins to change. Does that 12 times goal now for you feel like actually you could possibly do that? Think about the products, the services, the industry you're in, the gifts and talents that you have. There could be a possibility. Now, yes, absolutely. There is the mindset and the self-image and the beliefs and all of that behind it. This is like an entry point for you. I cannot possibly teach you everything there is to know about it. And even if I could, it would all stay in your conscious mind and you would do nothing with it, because really it's the subconscious, it's the deeper layers that I really work with to help you create these shifts. But this opens your mind. It has you thinking about possibilities. It has you allowing yourself more. Now, we haven't allowed more money today, have we? What we have allowed is more of the energy, as we thoughts are energy. So as I got you thinking about 50 million, as I got you thinking about 12 timesing, you're allowing the energy of that. And with that comes ideas. With that, and because we spent at least half an hour playing with it, it's a little more, you're a little more comfortable with that idea of 12 timesing your income now, 60 minutes into this than you were at the beginning. Am I right or am I right? You're a little more comfortable with it, aren't you? So just, imagine if you could work in this way every day and think like this every day, what you would begin to allow yourself to receive, and not receive in the future, but receive now, because we're always downloading now. We're always downloading energy and ideas to the subconscious mind to execute now. It's always now, 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 now. So that was a bit of fun. Did you enjoy that? Was that a little bit of a fun exercise for you to get you thinking a little differently? So the last thing that I want to talk about today is just touch on the law of compensation, because that really can play into this as well in a huge way. So the law of compensation is this: it decrees that the amount of money you earn is in direct proportion to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. So I'll go through that again. The law of compensation: the amount of money that you earn is in direct proportion to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. So I know that there is a great need for what you do. There absolutely is. To what degree you believe that for yourself is self-image and self-worth. But I know that there is a great need for what you do. So that's taken care of. There are 7 billion people plus in the world. I'm sure with all of my being that there is a need for what you do. So then we look at your ability to do it and becoming more effective at what you do, improving how you do what you do, improving your energy, your vibration, your mindset, your habits, your beliefs. All of that will improve your ability to do what you're doing. Would you agree? Because it's not only the physical ability, it's the mindset and energy that you're in when you do it that can either create beautiful, positive, abundant results or chaotic results. Because it's the whole of you that impacts your results. It's not just how hard you work, it's the whole of you. It's the non-physical and the physical side. It's the energy, it's the mindset, it's the behaviors, it's the beliefs that you have behind those behaviors as you take action on them that influence your results. So if you can improve yourself and improve your ability to do what you do, you are going to become very difficult to replace. Would you agree? You are going to become very difficult to replace. And when you are very difficult to replace, your stock goes up. You earn more money. People want to work with you. They feel attracted. They will travel around the world. That they will do whatever it takes to work with you. So I'm very, 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 very good at what I do. And I'm very, 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 very difficult to replace. So I earn a lot of money by the law of compensation, because that's the way the energy flows. That's the way it works. But I'm not saying that to impress you. I'm saying that to impress upon you, this is the law of compensation. The amount of money you earn is in direct proportion to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. There isn't another person that I know on the planet who could do what I do, who could teach and share this with you the way I do. Now, there are a lot of people that do this work, but there's nobody like me. So I'm very difficult to replace in my area of specialty. Does that make sense? Now, if it was a doctor or a nurse or flying an airplane, there are a lot of people better than me who are more effective in those industries, in those careers. And so they earn a lot more money than I could in those industries or careers. So again, I'm not saying this to impress you. I'm saying this to impress upon you how and why it works like this. The law of compensation, the law of cause and effect. We're not going to teach on that today, but there is this side of it that is important. And when you understand it, you can see how it is possible that you can earn whatever it is that you want. When you understand these laws, these universal laws, when you understand, like I know I've got Roz, you come to my mind at the moment, someone listening on this course is insurance, very, very, very good at what she does, what her company does, what her employees do. There is no limits to what they can earn because they're working in harmony with the law. They're not trying to get without having given of time, of energy, of vibration, of technical knowledge, of spiritual awareness, of all sorts of things that play into it. So the more you understand the law of compensation, the more you can work with it, the more you can embrace it, the more confident you can be that it is normal and natural for you to earn more money. Why is it normal and natural for you to earn more money? Because when you are growing, the whole of you, not just the technical side of you, not just the funnels, not just the sales conversations, with the whole of you, when you are growing the whole of you, when you are expanding your energy and your vibration and new level, when you are growing your mindset, when you are entertaining and thinking in new dimensions, when you are discovering and executing new ideas to be more effective personally, professionally, as a business person, as a wife, as a mother, as a father, when you are improving your relationship with money, how you let it flow to you, when you are improving your self-image, how you see you in the world, the role that you have in the world, the difference you want to make in the world, when that is growing and expanding, it is normal and natural for you to receive more money as the outcome of that, because you've got to close the loop on it. That's the energy. It's got to close itself out. So there's the intangible side of it and the tangible side of it. And we said at the beginning that money is an exchange. So if I'm giving energy, vibration, time, wisdom, technical, spiritual awareness, whatever it is, one of the ways I am compensated with that is financially through the receiving of more money. Make sense? So we've got to close the loop. So you can start to have confidence and be really relaxed about the idea of allowing yourself to receive more, because you know that you are working in harmony with the law, because you know that that is the way the spiritual law works. That is the way tangible and intangible income, I'll use simpler words, works. The tangible and intangible receiving of compensation. And we are always in the process of doing that. The only reason why you wouldn't is because you shut it down through ignorance or lack of awareness, or beliefs that are programmed in the wrong direction that hold you apart from the good that you desire. And the good that you desire can include more money, because more money allows you to express more of what you desire, because that is one of the exchanges that we have in the world, is the exchange of goods and services for money. It's just an idea, it's just energy. All right, how was that today? Did you love it? Write me one word coming into the end of today's call about how you are feeling now at the end of this training with me. Just one word in the chat that describes how you are feeling and where you're at now at the end of today's call. Mind blown, goosebumps, creative, focused, so good. Smiling, me too, Roz. Awesome, inspired, awesome, so good, so good. Amazing. Well, I want to thank you so much for being here with me, for giving me an opportunity to express these ideas to you, to share them with you, to make a difference in your life, because I know how much of a difference this has made in my life and in what I've been able to achieve. So thank you very much for being here today. I will get you a PDF that you can work through and look at some really money goals and what you want that for yourself. But I encourage you to really work with the 12 times idea, and what if it's possible, and what if you did decide for it. And it really doesn't matter if it takes you 3 months or 6 months or 6 years. it can be a worthy ideal for you. It can be a great goal for you. So the last call to action for you is, if you have not registered yet for next week's masterclass, 4-day masterclass on the invisible side of success, then please go and register for it now today. And of course, if you already feel like you want to book coaching with me, that door is open for you and you're welcome to do that today as well. So I want to thank you so much for joining me here today. I will get the PDF out to you. Make sure you are registered for the masterclass. And if at any time you would like more help from me, you're more than welcome to join me in one of my coaching programs. So thank you so much for being here. Have the most beautiful day. You are awesome. I see only the best for you, and take care. And we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.